Hey everyone, welcome to Plan and Order. This is going to be our reveal series. We're revealing what we're going to be using next year for 4th grade, the 2025-26 school year. We've been homeschooling for 5 years, kindergarten and up, and now my daughter's going to be going into 4th grade next year. And this series is going to be broken into 3 videos, with this first one being about all things ELA. All right, we're going to kick this off with handwriting. So for 4th grade, we're going to be using the Zahner Blosser Handwriting 4. We used 3 last year, and we absolutely love it so far. It's very straightforward, easy to use. We do about a page a day in what we call our morning warm-up. And, you know, this keeps her skills sharp, and it's just a gentle way to start the day. It's also kind of visually appealing. My daughter has a really weird pet peeve, I guess you can call it. She's very picky about the illustrations that are in her curriculum. So I've had her just absolutely hate a curriculum because the people creeped her out, as she said. But so this is what we will be using for handwriting, and it'll be done as part of our morning warm-up. So next we'll cover poetry. For poetry this year, we're going to be using Shel Silverstein, and we're going to start with Where the Sidewalk Ends, but I also have A Light in the Attic, Everything on It, and Falling Up. And we did poetry as part of our warm-up last year, and it worked really well, so we're going to continue that. Basically, we read a poem a day, and excuse all the dog hair. And yeah, it's part of our warm-up. So every day we read a poem, and I love Shel's work. I mean, it's silly, it's weird in the best way possible, keeps things light, and we just read a poem each day. Sometimes we talk about them, other times we just enjoy them for what they are. Okay, another thing we will be fitting into our daily warm-up is our vocabulary, where we'll be doing a word a day. So we're going to use this book, 365 Words for Clever Kids. And then every day she'll do a word out of here. She'll take the word and write in her word of the day notebook. She'll write the word down, what part of speech it is, the definition, and that's it. So every day she'll do a word a day. And so that's how we will be adding to her vocabulary. So for literature, we'll be doing a mix of read-alouds. And we do this, we read aloud, we do independent reading, we also do audiobooks sometimes, kind of depending on what we're doing is with the companion. What we plan on reading this year is Pax, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Power of Poppy Pendle, The Vanderbeekers, Holes, and The Hobbit. We also want to do Swiss Family Robinson. I don't have that book yet. It should be coming, I think, today. And then Roald Dahl for the month of October, since that's the month that like he's kind of celebrated. And I have the whole series for them, so I'll let her pick which one she wants to read. If I had to guess, she's going to pick James and the Giant Peach. It's one of her favorites. And I kind of hope she does, because one of the companions that we use for our literature is Ruby Reads. It's our favorite companion for literature. And I'm not going to unroll these right now because I don't want to unleash the beast within them. But basically, they're these big posters that you color, and they usually have, like, you know, comprehensive questions and things like this that kind of go along with them. Areas where you're filling in like parts of the story, the setting, the characters, character qualities, and that sort of thing. They're all different in their own way. And I talked a little bit about this in my 3rd grade reflections for one that we've done. So this year we have Ruby Reads for The Hobbit, and I will be doing a video as we do the curriculum during the year, and then you guys can see it opened up. And then we got this pack that came with a bunch, and they're a bunch of the stories that we actually were planning on reading this year. So let me see if I can read what is in here, because I can't really remember. Okay, so we have The Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe, read aloud poster in here, Vanderbeekers, and then Wild Robot, which we're not doing Wild Robot this year. We do want to read the book. We've seen the movie, and she insisted on seeing the movie, so now I don't have like a huge pull to read the book, even though books are always better. But if we do have time, it's one on our list to go over for sure. Anything that we're not using with Ruby Reads, we'll be using something from either Teacher Pay Teacher, or I might DIY a unit study to go along with the books. And I think I might have to do that for Swiss Family, because I haven't found anything that I really like so far. I also sometimes just use our language arts notebook, and I kind of set these up so it's a full page of writing and then a half page of writing, because she likes to draw. That's like her favorite thing to do. So we use this book for both literature, and we use it sometimes when her grammar requires her to write on a different piece of paper. We'll use it for that too. So we just kind of, I'll tab it in half, and then use half for when we need it for literature, and then half for when we need it for our grammar. And then also in the back, we'll keep vocabulary for literature also. We have like a vocabulary section. So that is what we'll be doing for literature. All right, for grammar and writing, we're gonna stick with what we love so far, and that is EIW. And the way that EIW works is the first half of the year focuses on grammar, and the second half focuses on composition. We do this 4 days a week. We usually do this Monday through Thursday. She watches a video lesson, reviews the workbook pages, and then completes the activity. We love this. It's gentle but structured. It's a great mix of instruction and independent work, and it's just a really good fit for us. She does really well with bite-size information and lessons. So this is what the workbook looks like. So you have Unit 1 that covers grammar, and then when you come to Unit 2, then this starts going over the composition. But yeah, this is how it kind of looks. Very simple, very bite-sized. The lessons are not too long. The videos are not too long. But there's enough repetitiveness for it to stick with her. And then we also supplement also. So far it seems to be working really well. So we have this, and then I have the assessment book, and it'll tell you in here when to stop and give them the assessment. I think I just saw one. Yeah, so you'll see the little stop sign, and then, you know, do assessment 11. That's when you pull the assessment out of here and give them the assessment. And then this is what the teacher's handbook looks like. It's just very small and breaks down the lessons for you. And then when you get into the answers, this is kind of how they have them broken up. So yeah, grammar and writing, this is what we'll be doing as our main curriculum. We absolutely love it. It works great for us in 3rd grade. The things that we supplement with are Easy Grammar grade 4. Again, these are just very direct, you know, no fluff, just very direct, simple. And so we use these to make sure that what she is supposed to be absorbing when doing EIW is actually being absorbed. And then we use Michael Clay Thomas also as supplemental. And now this is a very different format than anything that I've really ever experienced when it comes to grammar, to be honest with you, and composition. But we did Grammar Island last year as a supplement, and it was just so different and weird, but in a way that she was obsessed with, that I supplement with this also, just because she loves it so much. And so we have all the pieces that go to Grammar Town, because that's the next step up from Grammar Island, which we did in 3rd grade. All right, next we'll cover spelling. And this is another area where we use the Zahner Bloser. Spelling connections. And again, it's just this really pretty art, but then they use like realistic pictures once they're on the inside. So the way we do spelling, we do this. She can do this pretty much independently. So she does this earlier in the day while I'm wrapping up my work. We do a unit a week, 4 days of work. And basically the way we break it down is Monday, she does these 2 pages. This is how every unit starts. It starts with the word study, where they go in and then they have to sort their spelling words for this unit, and she puts all of her spelling words in this notebook. So yeah, she starts with that, and then she does these 2 pages on Monday, then this page on Tuesday, this page on Wednesday, and then these 2 pages on Thursday, and then that's the unit, and then you go into the next unit. And every unit is structured the same exact way, where it covers word study, connect to vocabulary, connect to reading, connect to writing, extend word study, and apply to content areas. And so, yeah, we've been doing this since level 2. Absolutely love it. I don't think this is going anywhere. This is the student's book. This is the teacher's book. And it looks the same. Look at that. I opened it up to the same exact unit. What are the odds of that? But it gives you teaching guides and instructions on the side as well. And then other stuff, some of it's more for a classroom. But you can scan stuff and get like tutoring, and that's in their book too. And same with the handwriting for this, the person who makes or the company who makes this curriculum. When she does handwriting, they come with QR codes. So she'll scan the QR code and it'll show her how to write the cursive letter. She watches it and then she does it. And that's like one of her favorite things. She's like always running to grab a phone so she can scan the QR code. So yeah, that's what we're going to be using for spelling. All right, last but not least for this video is reading. And she's wrapping up this curriculum all about reading. This is level 4. It's the very last level. We've already started it because we do 2 lessons a week on this, Monday and Tuesday, and it basically alternates between like a lesson on phonics, and then the next lesson she reads from one of the readers. And doing even 2 lessons a week, we always wrap these this curriculum up really early. So we wrapped up 3 early, so then we started 4, and we're gonna we'll probably do this a little bit during the summer also, just so we don't have any summer slide going on. So after we're done with this, because we will get done way before the school year ends, then we're gonna move on to words. But let me talk a little bit all about reading first, just in case you're not familiar with it. This curriculum is amazing. We did use another one when she was in kindergarten. We started with, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was something that the Well-Trained Mind recommended. I still actually have the book. Oh, I better open this. That glare is insane. I think it was like a way for like something ordinary parents to teach your kids or something. That was amazing. We absolutely loved that curriculum. But as she got older and I realized that she's such a hands-on learner, then I started really kind of seeking out the curriculums that give her that outlet, because that's what she really likes, and that's what she thrives in. And so this is one of those curriculums. So you have this is the teacher's manual, and then you have the student's activity book. Now there's a lot of prep. This is a prep intensive curriculum for a parent. And I almost like stopped giving her some of these activities because we would do the lesson out of the teacher manual and we would do like the reading list and stuff like that. And she was just nailing them. And I didn't think she really needed these, but because they are hands-on, she loves them so much that we just do them because she really likes them. But you do have to like rip everything out and cut everything out. And it's extremely labor intensive for the parent, but for me it's worth it. If it's something that makes her love learning, I'm gonna do it for sure. And so that's why we are still gonna do every bit and piece of this curriculum. So then after All About Reading, we're probably gonna switch over to words. And this, you know, I think I might do a video once I like really deep dive this, because I haven't yet. I did when I first picked this up, I started deep diving it and I thought, oh, I really like the approach to this. It'll just continue, you know, phonics and things like that. It's the Orton-Gilliam method, I believe. Yeah, it is. This is supposed to be for kids that are 3rd grade level and up. So I actually picked this up like 2 years ago. But because it was for 3rd grade and up, I knew I wouldn't be able to use it until probably 4th grade. And then I figured, well, it'll be perfect because we'll be wrapping up with All About Reading. And then this will just further establish, you know, that baseline for her when it comes to, you know, reading and decoding and spelling and all of that. And so that's why I wrote a little note, 4th grade. So I've had it for a while. So that's why I need to re-deep dive, just because it's been a second since I've actually looked at this. I just had it noted that I wanted to use it. And knowing that we're going to wrap up with All About Reading earlier, I figured what a perfect time to use this. So that's what we're doing for language arts this year. You know, I'm really excited for this lineup. It feels doable. It still feels rich. Let me know if you've used any of these, or, you know, favorites that you use with your kids in 4th grade. I find it hard to find 4th grade information on YouTube. It's always like 5th or up or 3rd or under. Like 4th seems to be this weird spot where there's just lack of information. So I'll be back soon with part 2, where we're going to go over what we call culture, character, and real world learning, which is going to include social studies, history, art, and Spanish and life skills. And so hopefully I will see you in that video. And then for the 3rd video in this series, we're going to wrap up with STEM subjects. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to see more content, please like and subscribe, and have a good day.